what restaurants would you recommend in the Seattle area? You've been to a shitload of them.
Yeah.
And which ones were your worst experiences?
So let me backtrack on why I do the foodie thing. So like I started doing the foodie thing because I had a coworker.
And if you want to jump in at all, too. It's
I'm
always
sorry.
hard when I'm like, I'm looking this way, but no.
You'll have a full story about race car driving or some shit. That's what he likes.
No.
I'm not saying because he looks like he likes race car driving, but he legit loves it. You know. So basically, I started doing the food thing because like I had a coworker, and she'd always be like posting pictures of her food every day, and then I'm just looking at posts like, okay, today's dinner is a fresh 100% mozzarella cheese and a fresh Italian herbed crust. I was like, bitch, this is Domino's. This is 100% Domino's. I see the box. And then the next day it was like, all right, today's like an onion bun with a nice cheddar sauce and some roast beef. Like, this is legit Arby's.
Yeah.
They should take a picture of our Doritos. That's it. Like, today's snack. I'm like, you just took a picture of a bag of Doritos. Like, who cares? It is like back when like everyone just had BlackBerry phones. There's all blurry photos here too. Mm-hmm. So then one day I was like, then I'm just making fun of her to her face, like in the lunchroom. Like, fuck, I'm gonna make a long post today. So then day I was like, today's a cedar plank king salmon I have here with some nice pilaf. They go to people and then other people come like, oh my god, where is this? So like, oh, it's over here in Kirkland on the waterfront. And then here's the view and everything. It's like, oh, that looks amazing. Then all of a sudden people's like, oh, I like this. People like legit. There's one lady like legit followed me on Instagram. I was like, hey, I'm visiting LA. Where should I eat? Like, well, I'm actually not from here. I just been going out to eat like every fucking day.
Yeah.
And she's like, these are great. These are fantastic. And some people would make fun of me for like posting pictures of food all the time. Like, I'll go all out to take pictures, like get the right angles and shit. But those are the same people. I'd be like, hey, it's my girl's birthday. Where should you do this here? Also, Greg Beecher, the homie Greg, we did a show together, and it was like hey man, you hungry? He's like, dude, I've been following Instagram for years. I've been waiting for you to take me out to go eat sometime. Like, dude, where we're going, I can't wait. It's like, well, there's this gas station on Beacon Hill that serves catfish. Like, he's like, motherfucker, you be eating at these fine dining restaurants. You must spend like $150 a plate. You're gonna take me to a gas station that has catfish? How fucking dare you? He's like, but it's really good catfish. I was like, okay. I
love, side note, I love like how quietly sweet that dude is. Like,
very sweet.
He's been on here once before. It was Quinn Fitzgerald and Greg came on. Like, it's so like he's so thoughtful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he like says the most specific thing to you. I love that dude.
Oh, Greg's great.
He's super nice guy.
Greg is the road dog. We do a lot of road gigs together. It's just fun.
He'd be a great dude to be on the road with.
Oh, fantastic guy on the road. Right? We've had some funny ass stories that I can't even. Like funny joke stories, like we can't even repeat. It's like some of the shit we say is like it's not. So that's what the thing is. Like I saw some girl get mad when she posted like, how come all the road comics are just guys? Well, that's the thing. Like if you're gonna be on a road with someone, like or you're in Josh's case, you're gonna be on a road together for like 5 days. You're gonna say inappropriate shit. Do some things. Maybe go to strip club. You can't bring a female comic to that.
Have to share a bed.
I mean,
have to share a bed. Yeah,
you can, but it's harder.
Yeah,
there's aspects of that. Somebody said to me early on, because they were like talking about the male dominance in like road comedy, and it's like, dude, it's hard for
people. I get it.
Yeah, it's to have to like share a room with some dude, and if they're in a relationship, and I've heard really bad stories about it. So it's like I understand. Like, I wouldn't fucking want to be a woman in comedy on the road like that in front of some. I mean, you hear some wild shit, dude.
Exactly, wild shit. And also the thing is like, I won't just be talking about inappropriate shit the entire time. You want to hang on the road. It's like someone is a friend. You're gonna be on the road. You're gonna feel like like a maybe 8-hour drive round trip. It's like you got to be someone that's gonna be there. Like the same person that made that post. Like we did a show together, and I was like, hey, I got a tag for your joke, and she fucking like makes a post and says, oh, there's one guy mansplained my joke to me. It's like, well, if you think that's crossing the line, we're never gonna go on the road together.
But there are
the joke that you did. You think that's crossing the line? It's like, okay, then anything else, going to the bar, drinking, do whatever stuff, like then you're not gonna enjoy the trip with me.
There are like some down ass,
really really cool chicks, whatever
for road comedy. Like, I mean, there are a handful that come. I don't want to like single people out or whatever, but it's the ones that do it well, and like
shout out to Lynette.
Yeah. For sure.
Lynette's dope. She did a really great job with the Keenan audition here too.
Dude, Lynette Manning is
really, really.
I went up to at least 3 people after a show with her, and it was just like, if you guys aren't booking that person, like she just has a natural ability, and
she's great,
super nice, and
I try to get on any kind of show I have. Like, I need, not only because she's a female, but she's hilarious too. Yeah. She's new, she's
just
great,
a good hang. Like she knows who the fuck she is.
Yeah, she also supports shows that she's never done. Yeah, like
so best foods in.
You asked Lynette to be here before me too, huh? She couldn't make it either.
She was busy. But asadero is like if you like steak, is like a good cheap it's not like cheap, but it's like you get like a good carne asada of like $30.
Is that
a nice platter? There's an asadero in Ballard and Kent.
Oh, okay.
There's a certain version one in like Tacoma here too.
Okay.
But it's not called asadero, it's called something else. But also the best steak in town is called the Metropolitan Grill. Russell Wilson used to go there after the games, but he's a shitty person. But but like I went there one time with me and Jose, and like real shit. Like we got like this $300 steak. It just like melted in your mouth. It was like it's a Japanese A5 Delmonico, and I remember getting it for my birthday. And it was such a good steak. People walked up to me. I was like, not really getting of course, it was not stupid. But the people, I was like, oh, I saw you got. People just looked at it. I was like, oh, I saw you got this steak here. Like, oh yeah, good job, good choice on the steak. And the funny thing is, the guy's like, hey. Here's a certificate to show you that this steak literally flew in today from Japan. They give it a birth certificate as a cow. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. So
dude, those steaks are so weird where they're like super small and like it's like 4 ounces or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was a bigger steak. It was like whichever. So I forgot how big it was. It was about like 20, 30. I forgot how big it was, but it was a good size.
So you think the Met's better than that place over in Bellevue?
Was it Ascend?
There's another one.
John Howie?
I think John Howie.
I went to John Howie like once forever ago, and I remember being kind of on the saltier side. Mm-hmm. I'll probably get it again, but it's always tough like getting friends like want to just down to spend like $200 on a steak night, whatever. It's hard.
I felt like the Met was like bland when I went. Just like the experience wasn't that great.
Oh yeah, we had the banana foster. But everything was done like table side. We're like, oh, look at this.
Yeah,
it's kind of. But ladies, if you're watching, hey, I'm going to take you to a place where they make the food in front of you. Okay.
So
Chipotle, fine steak, make it in front of you.
So the Met for steak. Any others?
Best sandwich. I took Mike here one time actually. We went to a place called Paseos. It's like a nice.
Oh yeah, dude, Paseos
so fucking good.
Yeah, that place
it's
is
like outdoor,
really
right?
There's an outdoor one in Fremont. There's one in a industrial district ID.
Or whatever.
Yeah, first or fourth Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Cuban sandwich. We have like this roasted pork shoulder, ham, and Swiss cheese, and like grilled onion. So
it was just messy. It was just one of those.
It's like the perfect sandwich.
Amazing messy sandwiches.
It's like a sloppy,
all different flavors.
It's like a sloppy Jose.
What about you?
Down south, like I don't make it to Seattle much to eat, but down south, probably my favorite restaurant around me it's called the Bar Bistro.
That's pretty good.
It's in the middle of this
of course
kind of neighborhood where I grew up, but it doesn't look like anything like a fancy neighborhood or nothing, and it's just this gem in the middle of nowhere.
It looks very dive bar-ish.
Yeah, it looks very dive bar, but you walk in and it's kind of nice.
And it's in Puyallup?
Tacoma, Tacoma Midland area.
Okay.
Off 99th in Portland, I think it is. And the food is great. The food's great. And then the Mill in Milton. The steakhouse there.
Before you drink, make sure he smells it. He's scratching his neck.
He's just foaming at the mouth. There you go.
Before he smokes
my version.
Before he smokes his LaCroix.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See, this is why I like to drink during podcasts. No matter what time it is, it's fine. I've done like 10 a.m. podcasts. Like, all right, cool. I guess we're gonna have eggs and alcohol today.
That sounds awful.
So the Mill, what was the first one?
It's called Bar Bistro.
Bar Bistro. Both of those sound so like generic.
They are. Well, that's what I like. The one-off things, not like a fancy chain or nothing like that. It's just privately owned bar. Like the Mill, they use a lot. They have like Wagyu beef on their menus and stuff like that. They have $100 steaks if you want them.
Wagyu's the small one, right? Like it's like usually really.
It's like it's fed a certain way, and like, or is it Kobe beef? I'm trying to figure it out.
Wagyu's the one they
super
play
high
music
fatty
for you. Like they have to massage the cows and shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, like they
High
massage
fat.
you all day and just feed you food and they give you beer, which sounds like an awesome life until you get slaughtered. You know?
Yeah, they feed you
that
like
part's not as
they
good.
make you eat olives and stuff. I know that's the olive wagyu. Like they feed the cows olives to get
be
the
weird?
extra olive fat.
You know, it'd be
into it.
crazy if they had like a Wagyu cow and all they fed it was just Wagyu beef the entire time. just like
Just their brothers
super
and
Wagyu.
sisters.
Wagyu inception right there. God damn.
Damn.
Hey, if you like that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow our page for new weekly content.